So what do you get when the world's biggest mountain bike company and an iconic motocross brand come together to have an e-bike love child? Giant Rain E+. So what we have here is a good looking bike, well priced, and designed and engineered by some of the biggest players in the industry. But can it walk the walk?
So have they got it right? Bloody oath they've got it right. Giant Rain E has to be one of the most planted, fun bruiser shuttle monsters out there. I put it in the same league as the Evo for sure. The micro suspension sucks up everything in its path, and this thing just likes to party, man.
Riders, welcome back to the channel, and we are in lovely Aldinga Beach. I thought I'd try and bring you a really nice background for this video because I know everyone's in isolation. These are kangaroos behind us. My lovely wife Bea is filming the drone work and she's doing a great job. Look, I hope everyone is doing okay with this coronavirus thing. We are lucky enough to be in Adelaide, South Australia, where the restrictions aren't so severe. So it's Easter weekend. I rented the bike from Wheel Rides. 4 days of riding, I wanted to put this beast through its paces. So let's go find out actually how it performed. The Giant Rain E is a hard-hitting enduro sled, 170 up front, 160 in the rear. 64.5 degree head angle, 27 front and back, 76 degree seat tube angle, and a whopping 470 chainstay. Powered with a sync drive motor with an integrated 500 watt battery. The Giant Rain E makes you want to pad up and look for the nastiest downhills. It really is inspiring to ride. The bike gives you so much confidence. For me, it's quite possibly the most grippy, the most traction, and the most confident bike I've ridden, full stop. The Giant Rain E is powered by the sync drive motor made in conjunction with Yamaha. I was very impressed overall with the 80 Nm of torque. The sync drive has a little bit more go than the E8000.
So we're here with Dom. I'm on the Giant Rain E Yamaha motor, Shimano motor on the Merida E160. We're going to do a climbing test. So we're both going to be in boost. We're both just going to climb normally. We're not going to use too much power from our body and just let the motor do the work. And just see, you know, they say the Yamaha's got a bit more, but I'm not sure. All right, let's do it. Let's keep that distance. And this is reasonably steep, about 35 gradient. Look, there's not much in it, really. Okay, we're getting into a really steep section now. Yeah, the Yam's got a bit more. Yeah, the old Yam's got it.
Being an ex-BMXer, you guys just need to hear this sound. The sound for me is just like an old school freewheel on a BMX in the 1990s. I love the sound. The Rain E has an automatic mode. It's got 5 levels of support and then an automatic mode. And what that means is it will work on how much torque you're putting through the pedals and it will work out how much assistance you need. Look, it's not bad. It works very well. It's probably very good for someone that doesn't really care so much about how much power they're getting, more just looking for a natural ride. For me, I like to know exactly how much power I'm getting through the pedals. If I want to come out of a corner and put 2 pedal strokes down for a jump, I want to know exactly how much power I'm going to get. And also, I mean, in that automatic mode, it's kind of harder for you to gauge how much battery you're going to use. But all in all, I enjoyed the auto mode. It was very good. The other thing I spoke about with the Evo and the Giant, they don't have a little screen. Look, for me, the only thing I missed as far on the screen, I didn't really mind about my speed. I just wanted to know when I was engaged or when I was close to not engaging in the motor. Because the Rain E is a really big bike, 25 kilos, when you're going in between 24 and 25, so when the limiter kicks in, the bike is kind of jerky. It would be nice to know if I was close and then I could stay within the limiter. And the remote, look, the remote's really good, handy, nice size, nice position, nice buttons, looks very waterproof. The only thing I'd say is that there's 5 support settings, and on the Shimano and the Specialized you have 3. And look, I found myself in the second gear or second support a lot of the time. But then when I was looking, like I was going up a single track and I saw a little shortcut, you know, a little pinch climb. And when I'd go to put it in the top gear or the top support, 5, it was kind of a little bit too slow. So maybe with the app you can set that up a little bit differently. But I found that probably 3 support modes would be better on this bike. Okay, so I rode the bike 4 days, probably 3 hours each day. On one of the days I did almost run out of the battery. So on the remote you have 5 support levels and 5 battery indicator levels. And it goes all the way down, I think it's green, and then when you run out, it starts flashing red. So I was there, and that was a 3-hour ride. And I tell you, I was pretty tired after that 3-hour ride. I didn't want any more. But if you guys want to do an epic ride, you can put on a 250 watt battery extender. You're going to have to take off the bottle mount and attach it there. But yeah, it's definitely, if you want to do some long rides, definitely worth looking at. It's not all gravy. All in all, I was impressed with the motor and the battery, but there was a very strange vibration. Now, when I was starting off my ride, I'd be at the top of a downhill. Look, I might have been a little bit nervous, you know, like we were riding some pretty gnarly stuff, but the bike got nervous too. Put my foot just resting on the pedal like you normally would, and it got this strange sort of vibration, like the bike was getting excited. And look, it was a little bit off-putting. It's something you would get used to, but not something that I really liked that much. So what about the ride? Look, this bike is a downhill monster. It's pretty clear Giant were just designing some type of absolute monster sled. And they got it right, like such a great bike to go out and just do 10, 15 downhills, go straight up the top, straight back down. It's a very confident, inspiring bike. Grip for days. I was very impressed with it's a high roller 2.5 double down they've got on the back. Finally, a bike company's listened and put a double down, a proper tire on an e-bike on the rear. I found so much grip, so much traction. The bike jumped really well. It does have a 470 chainstay, which on paper does sound really long, and it is really long. But I found the bike, as I said, so planted with that 25 kilos. And in the corners, if they weren't really tight corners, it wasn't slow or boring in the corners either. I was very, very impressed. And I'd have to say probably the best e-bike I've tested for going downhill. So the bike's 25 kilos. You're probably gonna think, it's gonna jump like a pig. Actually, I managed to jump this bike really well. Again, like the Evo, you need to compress the suspension before you hit the lip and just wait for the bike to come up. And I mean, it's a big old bike. Once it's in the air, it's super stable. I really enjoyed jumping the Rain. So once the DH run is over and you've smashed your Strava PBs, it's time to go back up the top. And look, with the sync drive motor, powered by Yamaha with the 80 Nm and a 470 mil chainstay, the Giant Rain makes easy work of any up route. I found the reach really nice. I found the 470 mil chainstay keeping the bike really well planted, yeah, no problem. The wheel didn't come up, and plenty of torque to get up the nasty pinch climbs. So after a few days of hardcore downhills. My body was tired lugging the 25 kilos around. I decided to do like a cross-country 20-minute loop with my mate Dominic, and he was on an E160. And look, I found the Giant Rain okay for that. Definitely more in its element going downhill, steeper the better, as I said. Once we were over that 25k limiter, it was a bit of a slug. We got big tires, and you know, also I noticed when I got out of the saddle and put some power down, I lost a lot of power through the pedals. So the bike bobbed, so we got a bit of pedal bob. And I was riding the base model, and I would say if you had the next models up, where you can play around with the compression, the low speed compression, I would put a few clicks of that, and I'm sure that would eliminate a bit of that. Pros and cons. It's a DH monster. It climbs pretty well for such a big bike. 220 rotors at the front and double down tire at the rear. Cons, the wheels on the Pro 2 that I tested, they weren't very strong. I dented them. I don't think they're going to last a long time. It's also a pretty big bike at 25 kilos. It's quite a tiring bike. If you're a smaller rider, you might struggle to move that bike around. And also, it's a bit of a slug when it comes to doing trail or cross-country rides. Okay, so that's how I found the bike. Very impressed overall. Okay, so who's the Giant Rain E for? Look, it's a big bike, 25 kilos. I put it in a very similar league to the Kenevo. I want to say that I actually preferred the Rain over the Kenevo. It's a big call, but it's a type of bike I jumped on and I had so much confidence going downhill on, so much traction. I put it down to that long chainstay. I say it's for someone that wants to ride big mountains a lot of the time, very aggressive downhill enduro style. If you want to do sort of more trail orientated and a bit of downhill, there's probably better bikes out there. But as far as downhill, this is a winner. Love it. The Giant Rain E comes in 3 models. The E Plus 2 Pro, which is the model I tested, recommended retail 4,749 euros. The Rain E Plus 1 Pro, recommended retail 5,547 euros. And the Rain E Plus 0 Pro, recommended retail 7,549. So if you're looking at the pricing, the online brands, YT, Commensal and all the others, look, the Giant Rain E is not badly priced at all. For me, I don't know if I'd go for the 2. It's a very entry-level bike. I'd probably be looking at the 1. And if you want to splash a bit more cash, go for the 2. But the 1 is probably the best value, and it's coming with that Fox X2 float shock that I love. Okay, so how does it rate to the bikes I've been testing lately? So obviously you guys know I own the Decoy, and I've been on an E160 and a Kenevo. Look, I say it's definitely Kenevo territory. You know, if you're looking for a great downhill bike. But for me, I think I prefer an E160 or the Decoy because I don't always ride downhill. I ride a lot of trail, downhill, cross country. I ride everything on my Decoy. And I think it's a better overall package. But saying that, if you're looking for a DH monster, the Kenevo and the Rain is a great option. I just want to say thanks to Will at Will Ride. He helped me set up the bike and gave me an extra day to test it. So I had 4 days in total. So Will, thank you very much. And riders, thanks for watching. If you want to watch the long-term review of the Decoy, click here. And for the Kenevo, click here. Please share, like, subscribe, comment to my channel. It means a lot. And I'll see you guys next Friday.